Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I wanted, before I tell an open vision I have had, I wanted to kind of touch on something in regards to my last video. So I don't know everything because I am a human being. There are many things that I do not fully understand in regards to the Bible. I don't know anybody out there that does. Someone can sit and study day in and day out the Word of God, but we will never, ever know everything there is to know and understand everything until we are with the Lord. When we see Him as He is, we're going to be like Him. So we will understand then. And I say that because I just want it to be clear that I make these videos, or any videos that I've made in the past, I do this because the Lord told me to. I had no intention of doing any of this, but the Lord actually told me to get on YouTube, and I didn't want to, and I didn't do it immediately, and I was disobedient. It's uncomfortable for me. I don't like showing my face. I don't like, I just don't, it makes me uncomfortable. Which is why a lot of my videos were pointed the other direction. But the Lord told me to get on and to show myself and to say what He has to say. So when I look at it that way, it's not me. It's the Lord. And do I make mistakes? Of course I do. Am I perfect? Of course not. But my heart is in the right place. And I love. We're supposed to love. And my desire is for everyone to be saved. And I know that is not going to happen, but I need to do my part, and I need to be obedient, and I need to witness. He told me to blow a trumpet in Zion, and I've got to do that. So if there's something that I've said, or something that you want to comment on, please feel free to do it, as long as it can stay kind, and as long as it doesn't get nasty or anything like that, then I am more than willing to discuss the Word of God. I don't know it all. And if there's something that you think you can help me with, that you can add, or whatever the case may be, then go for it. Because I am part of the body. I am not the whole body. And I just want to do my portion, okay? So I wanted to say that first, all right? Before I tell you about this vision that I had. So this was an open vision, and as I said before, I write it down, and so bear with me. I had an open vision. This was November 4th of 2018, so not quite a year ago. All right. So I called a man with a lasso. Okay. So I was sitting on my bed, and as I was sitting here, and I was getting ready to watch something on YouTube, a video on YouTube that had been suggested to me. And I closed my eyes for just like, not even it's like I just did this. And then all of a sudden, I had this vision, okay? So, at first, I saw two people to my left, and they were walking away from my direction. Okay, I was just standing there. And to my right, all of a sudden, I see this huge man. He was massive. And when I say huge, I don't mean obese or anything like that. He was tall and very muscular, and it was obvious that this was not just a regular man. I don't know if this was an angel, not sure, but I suspect, right? So, anyhow, he was tall and he had muscles, and he was a big man, bigger than normal, and he had on a loincloth, and it was blue. It was blue. And when I say blue, let me show you. It was kind of this color, okay, a blue, all right? And he had on a loincloth, and then he had something on his head. And that something that was on his head, it was like a head covering, and it was blue. And then he had something on both of his upper arms, so like right here and then on the other side, right? And I saw that, okay, so after I was looking at this man, I was like, whoa. I saw that he was standing like in the middle of what would be like a hallway, okay? And on each side of the hallway were doors that were open. And the doorways, there were multiple doorways, and he was walking towards me, okay? Multiple doorways, and the doorways were blue in color. So the doors themselves, not the doorways, but the doors were blue, okay? Same blue. And the doors were on each side of him. So say he's in the middle of what was like a hallway, and he had blue doors opened on each side of him. So I'm not exactly sure how many doors there were, but it was kind of like, what did I put on here? 3 to 4 on each side, and that's about right. It's about 3 or 4 on each side. So there were a total of maybe 6 to 8 doors that were open. And the doors, as you know, as they're open, I can see the doors are blue in color. And then it says, so then he said something to me, and it was something like, "You're coming with me," or something along those lines. To be perfectly honest, I can't remember exactly what it was that he said, because I was in shock from just looking at this man, okay? So it was something along the lines of, "You're coming with me," okay? And so when he was speaking, I wasn't sure he was speaking to me, because the people that had passed by me, I thought he had to be talking to them, because I'm like, huh? You know, I was like, what? You know, what is this? And so, then I said here, it was something along the, okay, so then he pulled out this golden rope. And the rope, this is going to sound really kind of silly, but I used to watch Wonder Woman when I was a little, you know, much younger, and Linda Carter. And so she had a golden lasso, you know, that she'd put on people and it'd make them tell the truth and that sort of thing, okay? It looked like that. It was a golden rope. And then he threw it towards me, okay? And again, I thought he was speaking to the people on my left side that had passed me by. Anyhow, that golden rope wrapped around my waist. So when he threw it with such force that he kind of tilted his head to the side, right? And he threw it. And the rope wrapped around my waist, my body, and then he pulled me towards him, okay? And he started pulling me towards him. So behind me, there was something in a case. I'm not sure what that was, but I took note of it. I knew there was something in this case. I'll tell you, it kind of felt like if I had been in a museum or something like that, and I was just viewing the different things that they had on display. And as a matter of fact, there was something in front of me, kind of, and it was under glass as well. And I don't know what that was, but it was as if I were in a museum. That's what it seemed like, okay? And so there was something as he was pulling me to my right. I don't know what that was, but it was in a case, okay? A case, I was from right behind my right shoulder, and I didn't know what it was. Okay, the guy that threw the rope towards me, well, the whole thing looked kind of like a cartoon. It was, I say cartoon, that's not correct. It was more of, it was like a dimensional thing. I don't quite know how to explain it. It was otherworldly. It was real. I knew it was a real thing, something that was really taking place. It wasn't like a make-believe type thing, okay? But I don't even know how to begin to explain me saying that it was cartoonish like, or a dimensional shift or something where the structure of the person, myself, just everything changed. It was like I was entering into a different dimension. That's the only thing that I can come up with, okay? If that makes sense. I don't know that it does, but it was just very strange. I'd never seen anything like this before in my life. When he threw the golden lasso rope, he had done it with such strength as he was throwing it, that he tilted his head as to get some more momentum. I can even talk. To get the rope all the way to where I was, because I was quite some distance from him. And so he pulled me to him. My eyes opened, and it was over. I was so shocked. I just put the whole experience didn't seem evil or dark. What it felt like was that he was wanting to show me something, like it was almost like, which door do you want? And behind each door was something different. And I just knew that I would never be the same again. And these were all thoughts after, right? And then you know how you have a dream and you're kind of going over it, and you know what happened in the dream, but then you also begin to dissect it and try to figure it out. And then also you go over or at least this is what I do. So then I go over, like, what was I feeling? What was I sensing? What did I know? That sort of thing. And so the knowing that I had was more of that it was something he needed to show me, or no, that almost like something I really wanted to see. And it was as if You know, he was like, choose what door you want to go through. Do you want door number 1, 2, 3? You know, kind of like that. And so it was exciting. I wonder what that's about. I pray about it, and I want to experience it. I think, you know, there's that part of you that does, like, I want to grow spiritually. I don't want just the milk. I want the meat, you know, that sort of thing. But then there's that reluctance in me because it's the not knowing. But then there's the, you've got to trust the Lord. You don't belong to yourself. So I say, Lord, show me. Whatever you have for me, I want it. So give it to me all, Lord. So anyhow, that was my vision that I had. And in comments, questions, anything like that, I would, if you happen to know what that was. I felt like it had to do with Israel. I don't know. I felt like it was, like those were patterns from different tribe, from like a different tribe of the Jewish people. I don't know. Tell me what you think if you have any thoughts at all. Okay. God bless. Thanks.